Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday, and it is May the 5th, Cinco de Mayo. So happy day, happy margarita day, happy taco day, happy day. Gosh, this market is crazy. It is really crazy, and I just want to tell everybody that, especially a shout out to the brokers. If you have, a lot of agents, which hopefully you do, life will be good. And you're answering a lot of questions. I couldn't believe this week how many agents have situations that, quite frankly, they're new situations. They're new. And Jimmy and I talk about this all the time. Happy 5D Mayo. Oh, Claudia, thank you. Thank you so much, sweetheart. My Cinco de Mayo girl. Thank you. There's just questions that are new questions, and so we have to put our broker thinking caps on, and because there's so many litigious things, there's so many public relations, you want to keep your buyers happy, you want to keep the sellers happy, you want to keep the agents happy. It's quite tumultuous right now, but anyway, we are working through it, aren't we? So whoops, wrong way. Today we have 16 days of inventory. Oh my goodness, 16 and a half almost, because we only listed 69 homes yesterday. So we've got to list more than we sell because we put 99 under contract, and we actually had 71 closings. So just listed is in the bottom ranks there, and it shouldn't be. And 1,977 single family homes are not a lot of homes. Hi, Karen. Hi, Karen. Kudos to you. I know the brokers out there are just having, I was saying earlier, we're just being deluged with questions, and the questions are fine. I love the questions. I'm sure you do too. It's when people don't ask questions that you start to worry, because this market is so different. And everybody, I don't see it changing. I don't know about you, Karen. You can chime in with me, but put your answer in the chat. Do you see this market changing? I don't. I really don't. And as we continue to grow, Las Vegas now just announced Stations Casino is going to put the new casino there at 215 in Durango, and that's just going to cause more jobs, more people moving here, which I know it's a wonderful thing, but we all have to contend with all these things that are going on, and we're all doing a really good job, though. I think we're doing a good job. So of course, the $1 million homes are already, we've sold almost 500 this year, and all of last year we only sold 618. So, that's unbelievable. We're doing 100, basically 100 plus a month, and last year we did 50 plus a month. So that market is really, really taking off. Yes, and Karen says she thinks it's going to stay crazy, right? Yesterday, I just want to mention, I think that's about it for the market. I'm going to make sure, the May stats haven't really come up to par. It takes about the middle of the month before we really see what we're averaging daily. So anyway, let me put myself back up there. So yesterday, we were talking about, we had Tom Ferry, a lot of Tom Ferry things going on yesterday in my talk, because I want to show this one more time today. This is what he predicts is going to be our market, and that's because we're a $68 billion market in our commissions, and these other platforms, HomeLight and the Ideal Agent and Zillow and all, because Zillow's a brokerage now. I don't call it an iBuyer platform anymore because it's a brokerage, but you have the iBuyer platforms taking about 5 to 10% of the market, and here it's about 10%, and I don't see that changing. I think that we as agents, and we're doing a great job as telling people the real value of their home. We have a market research comp program in Agent Formula, much like Cloud CMA. And I think everybody's doing a great job of getting the word out there to people what their homes are really worth. And then Tom Ferry says that we're going to have to be paying 25 to 42% off the top to these companies that people are joining, like Homelight and Ideal Agent, and then they're going out there, and because they have the bigger bucks, and possibly they're advertising on TV right now, but we'll see how that fares in the future. I think I have my opinion on that. So anyway, a lot of agents are going to be paying referral fees, so that means that our commissions go down. But then Tom Ferry says, the direct by agent with no referral, he says it should be a bigger chunk of this market. And of course, if we don't brand, this is what's going to happen. So today I want to talk about YouTube. YouTube is another channel that is very easy to set up. Then it takes a little thought, nothing is really easy, but it's nothing that you can't do. So YouTube is the second largest search platform. Okay, it's the second largest search platform. So Kathy, hi Kathy, good to see you, Kathy. Always good to see Kathy. So I don't know about you, but it took me a while to get my YouTube channel up to speed. And what I mean is that I had some type of a routine. So that's what your goal needs to be. So you need the YouTube channel, not just to sit there and become dusty, but you need to have a system. That's what we're going to talk about a little bit today. So if you really get serious about it, you have to understand, like I said, about everything. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And it's the number 2 search engine in the world, owned by Google. That's, Google's number 1. And then number 2 is its video channel. So that really gives it a lot of strength. So let's kind of get started here. If you don't have a channel, you can create your own channel for free. So we're just not uploading videos to YouTube willy-nilly. We have to have a channel. And so to create your YouTube channel, you need to use a Google account. And that's free too. So if you don't have a Google account, you can create one for free. And guess how? Just Google it, right? Google how to set up my Google account. And it's really easy. And you're going to have an email associated with that account. And it does not have to be a Gmail account. Like for me, it's Ruth@agentformula.com. So I don't want it to be a Gmail account. So it doesn't have to be. And then as you set up your channel, you'll be prompted to add a profile. Oh dear, here we go with the profile, right? And you need a photo. You need a good photo. And we recommend using your same profile photo that you use on LinkedIn, and that you use on Facebook and Instagram, and if you use Twitter and Clubhouse and TikTok, they should all be the same. They should be able to recognize you. Now, you should have some type of a signature. Maybe it's the scarf you wear, or maybe so that it's not just like a post office photo, right? You need to have something that shouts out to people to say, there's Ruthie Rocks. Oh, there's Karen Gachero, or there's Claudia, there's Kathy, something that says who you are. So think about that. It could be your earrings, it can be anything. I like the scarf idea just because, scarves are big and bold, and they speak out there. So it's also important, of course, to do your about section. So you want to include as much contact information as you can in the about section. And your website, you should put your website there, of course. Other social media profiles, like your LinkedIn, your Facebook, your TikTok, whatever they are, and you line them up. And I suggest that you use the little YouTube allows you to use the little emojis, like the check marks. So here's my website, here's my Facebook business page, here's my Facebook personal page. Do you get it? And then here's my LinkedIn. So you just go down the and make it so it's pleasing to look at. You don't want it all jumbled together. You want some spacing, and you can go look at mine if you would like to. Joseph and I, our customer support person, have worked really hard to try to follow the guidelines and make it pop and make it user-friendly, make it where people want to actually read it, because that's what you want. You want them to actually read it. If you don't have a good profile picture, I forgot to mention this, you can go to Canva, and I love Canva, and Canva they have all the templates so that it's sized properly. So, honey, can you turn on the air conditioning, please? So we've got the Google account, you've got your YouTube channel, you got your photo, you've got your profile, and you've got your about section. Okay, and you also have to remember that you have to put your brokerage and your license number on the page, on the front page. So now once your channel is set up, what you want to do now is to start uploading some videos. So if you have some videos already created, you may consider uploading those to start your video library. Now, here's what I suggest. On YouTube, there is something called a playlist. Let's see, let me put this down. Let me put up this gal here. Let's see if I can read it. This here is a playlist. This says playlist. So you want to think of what your playlist is going to be. And it needs to be topicked, like open houses, maybe seller tips, buyer tips, financing. So you need to think about, what you're really good at talking about, what you're really good at possibly doing your Facebook Live shows about. And then, so you have to put a little bit of thought into this. Again, it's better. I didn't do this. I mean, I've had a YouTube channel since 2006, I think. And, and my first one was when I look back on it, it was okay, but there was no rhyme or reason to it. But anyway, so if you're an Agent Formula member, you can put Las Vegas videos. Yeah. And then people, now, you can use those. You have the license to use those. So anyway, when people come to your homepage, the first thing that they're going to see is your profile video here, and that also has to be very thank you. Thank you, Nikki. Nikki brought me coffee. Thank you. So this video is very important. So it needs to be something that perhaps introduces you. I don't know if you remember, but we had the fit and fabulous realtor, and Sandy Castillo, and she did a great video. That's what you could put here. And you know that we've talked about this many times in our Agent Formula classes, that you need an intro video. You really do. And then you need a video about Las Vegas. And then you need another video, the follow-up video. So those three I would rotate perhaps on this feature video here, because when you go down, then there's all the videos that she has, her most recent ones. And so if you go to Nicole's, just go to YouTube and type in Nicole Klepp. You can see someone who as a realtor has done an excellent job. If you go to mine, it's not going to give you much inspiration because I'm all about social media and other things. So you want to look at someone who is a realtor and figure, and you can figure out which style you like and what have you. And she's done all the right things. Nicole has her subscribe, because you want people to subscribe. And then she has down here Scottsdale real estate info and more. So she's told people what it's about, a nice picture of herself, and some where is she from? Scottsdale. So that's probably a condo complex behind her there. So she's really done a good job. So when you start uploading your videos, you have to have already figured out what your playlists are going to be. And you don't want to upload every video you have. So you want to pick a few that you've already created. And again, you want to maybe do this feature video. You might want to say something about the videos that are on your page, and then you might want to switch it out to a testimonial from your clients or past property videos that you've done. So that's kind of the basics to get started. So now that let's say you have your channel set up, so now you have to start creating videos. And of course, where do you begin? It's always the question. So you might want to start videoing open houses and then call your video open houses, why or why not? Should people do them? Should they not do them? Things like that. Let's see, put myself back up here. There we go. So first-time home buyers, what's the process? That would be a good video. Buying versus renting, pros versus cons. Moving, packing tips, how to find a contractor, how to find a realtor, declutter your home, how to declutter your home. And then community videos, which if you're on Agent Formula, you already have some of those canned videos. So that will give your page, some things for people to look at. And just pick 3 topics, out of those ideas: the open houses, the first-time home buyers, the buying versus renting, the moving, the packing tips, how to find a contractor, how to find a realtor, and how to declutter your home, and then some communities. So those are going to be, you need to create now. What I'm saying is you're going to create these videos and not live necessarily, okay? You're going to create them like I'm using this platform. I create mine on this platform called Be Live. And then I've batched them. I've created one, then I've created another one, then I've created a third one. Now, if you don't want to do that, you can come into our studio, and Kane can do the 3 for you, like he did for Sandy and for Jimmy Daig and Deborah and a host of and Annetta. A lot of different realtors came in, and Kane used the background. I think I've showed those to you. We can show those to you maybe tomorrow. We'll give you some more samples. So so batch record at least 3. And that's what we've had Sandy do and Jimmy do, and so on and so forth. And if you go to agentformula.com, there's a video section where you can see those different videos with the scripting. And all you got to do is just stand up and talk. That's all you have to do. We do everything else. So now let's see. I had a video worksheet. Okay, so let me see if I can find that for a second here. Oh, please, let me find it. What did I do with it? Here it is. Is it going to come in? I never know. There it is. Okay, so we're going to put Nicole down here. And then I got this from Katie Lance, my mentor. And so this is kind of a little worksheet. What's your title of your video? And what is this video about? A brief description. And then you have to have a hook. And a hook is usually a question. Are you a first-time home buyer? That's a hook, right? So the people then that are first-time home buyers are going to watch it. And then you do a little intro, this is Karen Cachero. I'm with Advantage Realty, and I'm here today to share some top tips if you're a first-time home buyer. That would be like your intro. And then what is this video about? Again, then you can say, when we discuss the top tips, we're going to go from finding a home to closing the deal, something like that. And I'm not necessarily like that, but you have to do your own thing. So that's your first thing, bang, right out of the chute. And you have to capture people's attention in the first 3 seconds. And we'll get to another hook in just a second. And then you do your point number 1. Here's my tip number 1. Here's my tip number 2. Here's my tip number 3. And then you wrap it up. You ask a question. And you also always want to ask people to subscribe, right, to your video. And then you want to have a call to action. So that's how you want to when you do these canned videos, or even when you start doing live videos, it's basically the same format. So I borrowed that from Katie Lance because it's really a good little infographic to show you how you do it. So video creation is like a muscle, and the more you do it, the easier it'll be. So if this is your first time, please know that it gets easier the more you do it. And the more you are on camera and the more you practice, the easier it gets. I promise you. And good morning, Frank. Frank, I saw one of Frank's videos. He did a great video about what home buyers like. I think that was the one, Frank. What home buyers like. I thought that was really cool. And I wondered what platform you use to create that, or if that's a pre-canned video and you just add your contact information on it. But I really liked that video. I thought that was really cool. And I would encourage you, if that's whatever platform you're going to put in the chat there for me, that you try doing that yourself. I thought that was really cool. And I think that you could probably do a video and you could be in it, is my point. Because it was interesting. So if you go to Frank's business page, he has posted a really cool video up there. Okay, so we recommend that you batch your videos. And another reason why if you're just starting, you might want to batch it, because again, you got to get used to smiling. You got to get used to projecting your voice, have some inflection, maybe have some music in the background, very low, that's interesting and soothing, or bumpity bump bump bump. You can have all kinds of different music, just for interest. You're in the media business, right? So this was like putting on a TV show. So and then if you get stuck on what to say, gosh, I mean, you do sometimes. You think about the question you get asked all the time. And you think about why you love your community and why it's a great place to live and work. And if you're new to real estate, which a lot of people are, let's see, what does Frank has to say here? Pre-canned on room view. Cool. Yeah, that was really cool. Thanks for sharing that too. I love the community that we have, because we know we're not in competition with each other, so to speak. We're all building our own business. So thank you, Frank. That was sweet of you to do that. So if you're new to real estate, there's so many topics that you're learning about. I mean, and then you can consider sharing your journey of how and why you got into real estate. And that, those stories are always so interesting. Being a broker and recruiting agents, I love to ask them that question. Well, why did you get into real estate? And a lot of them, you know what? A lot of the more recently, new agents are saying, I heard it's the best way to build a net worth, my future. That they not only want to sell real estate, but they want to buy it for their own selves as well. And I think that's great. I mean, I'm telling you, the younger people, that's what they have in mind. So kudos to them, right? So now you have a video topic. So now what? So here's how, just a few simple tips. I don't know how many times we've said this, but I'll say it again, right? Can't say it too many times. You find a quiet place, a well-lit area. We talked about lighting. A home office is great, and you don't need a lot of fancy equipment. You start with your smartphone if you want to, and I recommend you invest in a little tripod. And if you go to Amazon, and I gave you Mari Smith's gear list. She's got some ideas in there, and then when you click on it, it takes you to Amazon, and you see all the different varieties. Let's see. So you face a window, so you have great lighting facing you, unless you have a ring light. If you're using a ring light, that's a great idea. I think Mari has a package that's under $100, which includes the ring light, and then holding the whole package, where you've got the tripod, the ring light, and then it actually holds your phone as well. So that's really a great deal to get started. And smile before you hit record. think about what you're going to say before you record, and you may consider writing a few notes. That's always good so that you stay on topic. And you can have your worksheet handy. Let's see. I think I have a worksheet too. I don't use it so much anymore, but you can even use this. You can even use this that we were just talking about. Yeah. And remember, each video should have a hook. That's very important. What's in it for them to watch the video? And that's what a hook is. What's in it for me to watch Frank's video? And then you do your intro, your name, and your brokerage, and then a few points, and then you wrap it up at the end. That's it. But that's consistent structure, which you are going to find it easier to do your videos so that you know you're not rambling on and missing the points that you wanted to make. And then at the end of the video, you always want to ask them to subscribe to your channel. And then you can have a clear call to action. It can be like download your first time homebuyer's guide, or I'll email it to you, put your email in the chat, whatever it is to make it clear. Now, my experience is that a lot of people don't want to put their email in the comments. So you give them a place to go to download it. And if you have an Agent Formula website, you can tell them to go to your website, and you can give the URL where they can download it. I mean, it's just perfectly, our website's perfect for YouTube. So now you've done it. You've created a video. How great is that, huh? And after you create it, now what? So a couple things. If you've created it on your smartphone, you can edit it on your phone. Or you can use Video Shop or InShot too, that are apps that we recommend if you're doing it on your phone because they're easy. I recommend the apps that are easy to use. You don't have to be a videographer to figure them out. And you can also have them edited by a pro if you want to. But in the beginning, you may or may not want to do that, or maybe you do. I mean, it's a 180 which way you want to go with that. And if you're first starting, you really don't have to edit them. So don't let editing hold up your publishing, right? You can always start with an unedited video as you advance and you move into more advanced videos that are edited. So also, when you're on your phone, you want to upload them to Dropbox or Google Drive so that then you can go into your computer and find your videos. And I like doing everything from my computer. It's just easier for me. I don't know about how you feel. I mean, some of you, I know, like Erin Mills, my gosh, her phone's her computer. And like Pinky uses her phone like a computer. But I know that when Pinky goes to, she likes doing B-roll, not so much live, but Pinky likes doing, because remember, she worked for Fox Broadcasting, and so she's very comfortable with editing her own videos, and she likes to edit them and add things, emojis, or her call to actions. She likes to put them on the screen, what have you. And Katie Lance she has a videographer, and Katie Lance she sends her videos to a videographer, and he uploads slides and things like that. So, but not in the beginning. Don't get overwhelmed with that stuff. That's down the road. So then when you go on your computer, then you can upload them to video. And you should publish your videos at a special time. And if you just recorded 3 videos, now you're set for the next 3 weeks if you're going to do them weekly. If you're going to do them every couple days, whatever it is, but try to make it consistent. Most of these platforms do like consistency. And it helps. Actually, I should say it a different way. You're going to get better search results if you do it consistently, because that's how their systems, their platforms, and their metrics work. And decide what day, and then go that day. You just go in your folder, and then you upload it to your YouTube channel, and away you go. So if you That's all we're going to do for today. But if you have decided to do a show, which I highly recommend you do on Facebook Live, then you download that video and you can put an intro and an outro to it, and it's very fun. One of my, if you look at the bottom of the screen, we have J.C. Melvin, who is going to be teaching our law class tomorrow. Our Lee Barrett Lee Barrett's such a busy guy, and he won't be able to do it tomorrow. So J.C. Melvin, thank you so much for stepping in to do it. And he's going to come and teach our law class. We're so jazzed. You can sign up at b.vegas. I'll be sending an email out again, probably after the show. And I'm going to upload some things. I think the past couple of days I've been remiss in uploading when I said I was going to upload. It's just been so crazy being a broker, and the other things that I do. And I didn't get a chance to do it. So please forgive me. I love you all. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing. And we'll see you tomorrow. It'll be another day in paradise.